It's here.
It's here!
What's here?
It here?
What's everybody talking about?
I finally got my hands on it.
What? Is this a Turbo Man action figure? I've been trying to get one online. Grover wants one.
Ha! This close to Christmas? No way. Turbo Man is completely sold out in stores.
Oh.
So what is it?
Why don't you open it and find out?
But it's not Christmas.
Are you kidding me? In my line of work, it's always Christmas.
What? Look, I really like the holidays and all that.
Yeah?
But I told myself that, I wouldn't do unboxing videos, just reviews.
This is not an unboxing video.
It's not?
No, it's an unwrapping video.
Oh, well, since you put it that way. Okay, let's get this thing unwrapped. All right, let's start here. There we go. It says Sony, the new Bluetooth WH-1000s?
Bluetooth schmootooth. This has a wire, the way nature intended.
The Sony Z7M2. These are brand new. They just came out.
Wait a minute. Don't you already have a Sony Z7 headphone?
This is the Sony MDR-Z7M2. It is the successor, the second version of the original Sony MDR-Z7.
Hold on. I thought the Sony Z1R was the newest Sony headphone.
Okay, let me give you a quick backstory. The original Z7 was released in 2014, and at that time, it was Sony's flagship level headphone. That means it was its top model. Let me go get the original Z7. I have it here. All right, here it is. The original Z7 from 2014. And when this came out, back then, it was really big news, since Sony's previous high-end flagship headphone was the Sony Qualia, which was launched in Japan way back in 2003. So Sony didn't have a flagship headphone for years and years until this came out in 2014. Now, this headphone here, the original Z7, got mixed reviews. So Sony came out with a different, much more expensive flagship headphone called the Sony Z1R in 2017. This headphone sold really well. It was quite successful. So Sony went back to the original Z7 and said, hey, why don't we incorporate elements of this super expensive top model Sony Z1R and put them into the Z7 Mark II.
So they came out with a second version because people did not like the original Z7?
Actually, many people did like the original Z7. And some reviewers gave it high praise, but other people, including many audiophiles, didn't. Reviews overall were pretty mixed.
Bert, what do you think of the original Z7?
I think the original Z7 here is smooth, with strong bass with their large 70mm drivers. The sound is big and spacious. The fit and finish is outstanding. They are also very comfortable, but they are not perfect. Some people say they sound a little uneven. The bass is a bit loose and not super controlled. The mid-range is clear but not very detailed, and the highs are a little rolled off. But it does have that smooth, relaxing sound. So people had mixed opinions about the Z7. What about the Z1R? Did everyone give it a good review? Yes, they did. Well, almost everyone.
Wow. See you next time.
Well, I really liked the Z1R. I gave it a really good review. I'll put that link in the description below. I thought Sony did a great job. So Sony went back to the blackboard with the Z7 and went to work on this, the Sony Z7 Mark II. Sony attempted to improve the sound, and they incorporated some of the technology used in the Sony Z1R.
Did they succeed? Does it sound good?
I don't know. I just got them.
So let's take a closer look at them.
Okay, well, the first thing I notice is that the Z7 Mark II box is a lot smaller than the enormous Z1R box. Interestingly, the Z7 Mark II box is also smaller than the original Z7 box. The Z7 box is taller and quite a bit wider. So it looks like Sony compromised on packaging this time, which is okay, but did they compromise on anything else? Okay, I'm going to open it up now for the first time right here on camera with all of you. Got this opened. Now let's see what's in the box. Wow. Well, they certainly look really nice. I can already tell that it borrows elements from the flagship Z1R.
Like what?
Well, the Z7 Mark II comes with two cables, with the same types of connectors that the Sony Z1R came with. The first cable is 3 meters or almost 10 feet long, and has a gold-plated stereo mini plug. This cable also comes with a nice 6.3 millimeter or 1/4 inch adapter. The second wire is 1.2 meters or almost 4 feet long, and comes with a beautiful L-shaped gold-plated, fully balanced Pentacon connector. Just beautiful. I love this thing.
Did all three headphones come with the same type of cable connectors?
Well, the original Z1R and Z7 Mark II have the same types of connections on their wires. The original Z7 did not have the L-shaped Pentacon connector. Instead, it had a balanced cable consisting of left and right stereo mini plugs. These cables were designed specifically to be used with Sony's PHA USB DAC headphone amplifier.
How come the newer headphones use the Pentacon connector instead?
Because this is a newer type of balanced connector that uses a single jack, and it's also compact yet very durable. It's slightly bigger and sturdier than the original 1/8 inch stereo mini plug. The Pentacon connector is super easy to use.
So Sony has devices that use the Pentacon connector?
Oh yes, Sony uses the Pentacon connector on its ATH-1ES amplifier and digital music players as well as Walkmans.
What about the headphone driver?
The new Z7 Mark II has an all-new driver. Like the Z1R and original Z7, the driver is made of aluminum-coated liquid crystal polymer, or LCP. Sony says that using liquid crystal polymer keeps the mid-range and treble more neutral sounding. All three headphones, the Z1R, Z7, and Z7 Mark II, have 70mm drivers. Most headphones have drivers that are significantly smaller, at around 40 to 50mm.
So that's a big driver.
Unless I'm mistaken, I believe that 70mm is the largest size dynamic driver in production today, and Sony has it.
70mm? That's huge. How does Sony pull this off without having modal breakup?
I really don't think that's a problem. But what's really interesting is that the magnet on the Z7 Mark II is twice as big as the magnet on the original Z7. Many people believe that the small-sized magnet on the original Z7 is what produced the somewhat uneven sound. There is another change too. The original Z7 had two holes in it, called Acoustic Ports, one on the bottom and one here at the top. The Z1R has one port, right at the top. The Z7 Mark II, however, has 6 large ports on each ear cup, 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom.
What do these ports do?
They're supposed to improve the airflow and mostly improve the bass.
Won't those holes leak more sound?
That's a good question, and something we need to check out. The Z7 Mark II also borrows the Fibonacci pattern grille from the Z1R. Here, take a look at the grille in front of the driver of the original Z7. Now, look at the Z1R. The Z1R grill looks like a sunflower. Here's the Z7 Mark II grill. Same sunflower pattern. Very nice looking. What does the grill do? Sony says it helps to control resonance and provide smoother sound in the higher frequencies. I've grouped all three headphones here so that we can talk about some of the differences and similarities between these. First thing you'll notice is that the Z7 and the Z7 Mark II are very similar in size. And both are smaller than the Z1R, despite all three headphones having a 70mm driver. There are some visual differences in the headbands as well. The original Z7 had sort of an alligator skin pattern on the headband. The Z7 Mark II has a much smoother look. And finally, the Z1R has the smoothest looking headband of all three.
The place where the cable attaches to the headphone looks different.
That's right. The new Z7 Mark II has hangers, like the Z1R.
Hangers?
Not clothes hangers. See, on the original Z7, the cables attach directly onto the bottom of the ear cups. On the Z1R, the cables attach outside and independent of the ear cups, using what are called hangers, because the cables hang from them. Do you see the hangers here on the Z1R? Well, the Z7 Mark II borrows the hanger idea from the Z1R and gets rid of the original Z7 idea of having the cables attached directly to the ear cups. The Z7 Mark II's hanger is just slightly shorter than that of the Z1R. You'll also notice that the lettering of the word Sony on the Z7 Mark II is more dull, not as shiny as on the original Z7. All three of these headphones come with their own serial number. In fact, the serial number of my Z7 Mark II is 1717.
Okay, so now do a full review.
I can't. I haven't even listened to the Z7 Mark II yet. This is kind of like an unboxing first impressions video.
Aww.
But we can do some listening tests. Let's see how the Z7 Mark II sounds compared to the original Z7. And, as a bonus, we'll also compare the Z7 Mark II to the Z1R.
Great, let's do it.
Now, where's Mr. Ears?
He went to Starbucks.
He's a microphone. He went to Starbucks?
Hi, can I take your order? Will that be all for today?
Right.
Oh, he's back.
Hey, did you get a chai latte? What'd you get? A venti non-fat iced latte? That's my favorite drink. Is that for me? Oh, I see. Awkward. All right. Let's get back to the testing part of the video here. For those of you who don't know, Mr. Ears is a very high-end microphone, and we're going to be using him to test headphones because he mimics human hearing. So for this part of the video, please put on your headphones.
The Z7 Mark II look very Darth Vader-ish. Do you think Darth Vader would use them?
I have no idea.
I knew it!